meditation enhances your immune system. There was a massive study done recently which I found fascinating, in that they had two groups of people and they injected these two groups of people with a flu virus to make them sick. Now, they didn't inject them so much so that it would kill them, just enough to make them sick, cough, enhance inflammation in the body, those sorts of things. So when they injected them with a virus, what they had them do was split them into two groups. Both had been injected with a virus. However, one group were suggested to meditate for 20 minutes every single day for 8 weeks to see how that would influence things going on in the body. Because when we are unwell, when we are sick, when we get a flu or cold or whatever, virus, bacteria and such take over our body and cause issues. However, what was found in this study was that just by meditating 20 minutes a day, every single day for 8 weeks, enhanced the recovery from the flu, from the virus. So much so that when they looked at these two groups of people's bodies under microscopes and look at their blood work, what they found was that meditation enhanced killer T cells and antigen capacities in the body. So when we got sick, our bodies start to develop cancer or autoimmune disorders, killer T cells and antigens are like first reserve, so to speak. They're the people who go in and attack the bad stuff, attack the bacteria, attack the viruses, and basically help our bodies stay in a state of homeostasis or a state of flourishing versus a state of dis-ease when your body's dying off. So and the meditative technique they used in this experiment was called transcendental meditation, and that technique is essentially whereby, very simple technique, you breathe in, you breathe out, you breathe in, you breathe out, you breathe in, you breathe out 3 times, calm yourself, ground yourself, center yourself, and then what you do is you take a mantra. A mantra, its definition is tool of the mind. A mantra can be anything. A mantra can be Om. Here people talk about Om, Shanti, all that kind of stuff. Or it could just be release. Maybe your intention is to heal. So the mantra, the tool of the mind, the thing that you would repeat would be the word release. So release, release, release. Or it might be happiness, or it might be joy, and it might be freedom, and it might be calmness. Whatever it is for you, the thing that you're seeking to discover or find or create, generate. That, hi Stacey, how you doing? That is what you would recite. That would be the tool of the mind, the mantra that you would recite. So they use this transcendental meditation. Breathe in and out a few times. You recite a mantra, whatever that is for you, and that can enhance your killer T cell and antigen capacity, which can actually kill off the flu virus, the disease, the disorder more effectively than just leaving you to your own devices, leaving the flu and such to kind of just run its path. And what they also did was they done this in a laboratory situation and setting so that they could reduce the number of confounding variables. Confounding variables, in essence, are essentially things that can influence the data. So, for example, maybe one had a better diet over the other. So if it wasn't done in a laboratory setting, maybe one could have a better diet versus the other. That can confound the data, that can influence the data. Maybe one was sleeping better than the other group, that can confound and influence the data. One was exercising, confound and influence the data. So you see where that's going. So by putting them into a laboratory scientific situation, they nullify, negate and limit the number of confounding variables. And so after considering all those confounding variables, they were still able to point to meditation as the key factor in influencing the production of a higher level of antigens and antibodies, which benefited them in the recovery from the flu. Amazing stuff. And they actually furthered this work, and what they found was that the more you meditate, so 10 minutes a day versus 20 minutes a day versus 30 minutes a day versus 40 minutes a day, and the more consistently you meditated, the higher the levels of antigens and killer T cells. Now, You and I could actually have cancer and dis-ease in our body right now. It may just not have manifested yet, and that's why you want to be eating things like antioxidants. That's why you want to be stacking these habits. That's why you want to be meditating. I think that's fantastic and amazing that we have a resource like meditation. It's free, that we're going to do this evening together, that can actually benefit us in a scientific, molecular way, chemical way, to produce these things that can safeguard our health, so to speak, just by breathing in and out. Essentially, that's all you're doing.